Joink. Beep, beep. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this thing that we like to call Movie Mondays with Matt Plus. I'm your host, whether you like it or not, Matt Rasmussen, a.k.a. the King of Halloween, a.k.a. host of Movie Mondays with Matt, a.k.a. local filmmaker, a.k.a. morning director here, and a.k.a. wearing the worst Skeletor costume possibly ever imaginable. So welcome aboard to this thing. I think my hood just fell off here. Just give me a second here. There we go. There we go. There, that's a little better, but it's still the worst possible Skeletor costume ever. So, welcome to this thing that we like to call Movie Mondays with Matt Plus. Today, we're going to be talking all about Masters of the Universe. We're going to talk about the whole, well, most of the franchise. We're going to cherry pick some of the best stuff. And I have a very special guest, first time ever, calling in. Our first ever call-in guest. It is none other than Mr. Jeremy Dickson. Yay! Here you are, Jeremy Dickson. Hello. Say hello.
Hello.
All right, good. And we're done with you. Goodbye.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, JK. All right, so this is the guy that was on last week when we talked about Ghostbusters. And during our Ghostbusters episode, we said, oh, I thought it was going to be He-Man. Remember that little song and dance number? Well, now it is going to be He-Man. So, we're just going to kind of talk a little bit about the start of the franchise, which began as toys, and you have a bunch of the toys here you can see. So, Mr. Jeremy Dickson, big old He-Man expert here, let's ask you a couple of questions starting at the very beginning of your origins with He-Man. So, when did you first discover He-Man and the Masters of the Universe?
Well, since I'm older, He-Man came out when I was like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years old, somewhere in that ballpark. And so that was the thing. That was the thing all the kids my age, first, second, third grade, fourth grade, I mean, that was the thing that everybody wanted. Those were the toys you wanted, and that's the cartoon that you wanted to watch, which was on in the afternoons after school when you get home from school. So we'd watch the cartoons, and for birthdays and Christmas, that's all that was on the list was He-Man action figures and accessories.
Well, that is pretty sweet. So I'm sure you were super excited then when the live-action 1987 Master of the Universe movie came out. Huh? Why don't you tell us about what were your initial reactions to the 1987 Dolph Lundgren live-action Masters of the Universe movie?
Well, I actually didn't really even know about it when it came out at the time. I guess, advertising was not what it is today with, the socials and everything. So I didn't even know about it, didn't know it existed until years later. And then I was actually kind of excited to watch it because I thought, oh, wow, it's like my childhood, but now in a live-action movie. So this is going to be great until I started to watch it and realized this is not great. Besides He-Man and Skeletor, there is none of the characters from the cartoon and the toy lineup. And it was god-awful. I couldn't even get through it. I still have not seen the whole movie.
It is a difficult pill to swallow, especially with how they went about making it, because they only had like 2 cents for their budget, and so they had to get away with what they could. And, in that sense, I'd say arguably they probably shouldn't have even made the movie to begin with if they didn't have the proper resources to make a faithful adaptation. Am I right?
I would agree they should have just scrapped it and saved their 2 cents.
Yes, I agree. And so my 2 cents on the movie is pretty much exactly what your 2 cents was. That, it wasn't great, and it is difficult to get through. And, we just, it also came out at the wrong time, because it came out in 87, and the toy sales were already tanking by that time. So by the time the movie finally came out, like when they started making the movie, the toy sales were tanking. And by the time the movie was done and was being released, He-Man kind of wasn't much of a thing anymore. Like, kids were kind of moving away from He-Man, and the Ninja Turtles had yet to come out, but they were going to come out very soon, and then that just took everything over. Uh, so, it was a flop, but it's out there. It exists. Any other final thoughts on the 1987 Dolph Lundgren adaptation?
We love Dolph. He did a fine job, but bad script and just like you say, when you didn't have rights to characters and you just got by with bare bones minimum, it wasn't worth making. So it's got a cult following. There's people who love it, and they're special people, and good for them.
Agreed. All right, I'm going to put you down for just a second. I got to fix my costume. I'm having a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction here. But next, we're going to talk about the new He-Man movie. Yay, just 2 seconds. Bear with me for a second here. There. I feel a little bit more Skeletor-y, although it's still the worst Skeletor costume ever. So, next up, Jeremy, we're going to talk now about the new Masters of the He-Man movie, which you just saw. So, why don't you tell us, what are your initial thoughts and what are your favorite moments from this new Masters of the Universe movie?
Well, I actually loved it. I give it about an 8 out of 10. We'll get into the 2-point deduction later, but it was just right out of the gate. It had action. It had all the characters that I remember as a child, and it just right out of the water. It got you into the movie, and I thought I just thought it was great all around. The visuals, the storyline, and everything. I really enjoyed most of it. To be honest, it was really, really a great experience.
Ooh, most of it, so that suggests you didn't like certain things. So, what certain things did you not like about this new movie?
Okay, well, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear my gripes, you might want to turn your TV down or your streaming down, but first gripe, they killed off my favorite character of all time and didn't even give him any dialogue, which was Moss Man.
Mossman! I gotta agree. I was heartbroken when they did that.
I was like, come on, he's like one of my favorite characters. You didn't even let him talk, you just killed him to set an example. So that upset me. I didn't like that they killed the king off also. It's like, come on, you don't kill the king off. And then the whole Master of the Universe thing it's a huge advantage that people don't know that this Prince Adam, who's kind of a dork, can turn into He-Man. That's a huge advantage when you're fighting superpowers throughout the universe, that they don't know that that's who he is. And in this movie, everyone knows that Adam turns into He-Man. So I didn't like that. It's kind of the Clark Kent Superman mystique thing. Didn't like that they changed that aspect of it. And then my least favorite thing of all, again, some casting director who should never cast again decided Jared Leto should be in another movie. And although his acting was good, I'll give him that, I hated his accent. He sounded like a really bad Jack Sparrow, and I didn't like that. I didn't like his accent. It didn't sound Skeletorish to me. It sounded Jack Sparrow to me. And we've already seen Jack Sparrow in plenty of movies. We didn't need another Jack Sparrow sounding character. So those are my 4 gripes. Like I say, 8 out of 10, great movie. I heard a lot of people did not like the casting choice for Prince Adam He-Man, but I can't think of the actor's name offhand because he's fairly new, but I thought he did a great job, and I thought he looked every bit the part. So I loved that character.
Oh, so you're going off a little bit about Skeletor and how it maybe wasn't quite faithful to the original Skeletor. I think you may know a thing or two about the original Skeletor, Mr. Alan Oppenheimer, yes?
Yeah, I did. Luckily, I met him 2 years ago. He was 94 years old. I finally got to meet the guy that voiced my childhood, because one of my favorite movies of all time is The Never-Ending Story, which he voiced just about every character in that. He voiced plenty of the He-Man characters and even a Smurf. So Smurfs was another cartoon that I liked as a kid. So yeah, the guy voiced my entire childhood, and I got to meet him. So.
And you may or may not even have his banner in your basement.
I do have his autographed banner in my basement.
Oh, cool. Okay, any final thoughts about the new Masters of the Universe movie?
If you haven't seen it, go see it on the big screen. It's worth seeing on a big screen. Don't try to watch it on your phone or your little, 32-inch TV in your basement. Go see it on the big screen with the big sound, the big picture. It's one of those ones that definitely should be seen on a big screen.
I totally agree with you, 100%. I enjoyed it a lot as well. I'll probably get more into my thoughts in part 2 of this video here. But I was very excited after the screening of this, because this was definitely a crowd pleaser. Everyone in the theater agreed that this was an amazing movie. We were so excited about it. And we'll get into the box office numbers later, which are quite dismal, to say the least. But the movie itself, I think, is a triumph. So if you're excited for this movie, what excites you, Mr. Jeremy Dickson, about the future of the Masters of the Universe franchise?
Well, I really hope that it does make enough money between the box office and possibly streaming and DVD, Blu-ray sales that they will continue and make another one. I think they've left it open fairly well to continue the story, and I would really like to see this live action continue, because it was a very enjoyable movie, and I want more. They did very well, so give us more.
Do you want more movies, or do you want more TV shows, or both?
Well, I want more movies. I know they've tried to reboot the cartoons a few times, and the first couple were not very good. The last one was okay. It more focused on Tila as the hero. Those are all right. But I'd like to see more of this live action movie, because this was a very good movie, and I would like to see where they go with the story.
I couldn't agree more. Oh, keep going.
And another spoiler, if you don't want to hear it, one of my other favorite characters of all time is Orko, and he did not show up until the very end in the credits, extra scenes. So I need to have a movie with some Orko in it.
I agree, yeah. Some of those fan-favorite characters I think they were specifically waiting on, including Orko, and I'll reiterate the story I told you earlier. So, opening night, we were there. I was with a group of friends, and right at the end, very end where they put up the title again, one of my friends just screamed at the top of her lungs, "Where is Orko?" And then, like, before she could even finish that, like, zoink, Orko showed up at the end, and then the crowd erupted. So this is definitely a fan favorite character that needs more screen time, and just we need more time with this character.
Yes, I agree. Orko was one of my favorite characters, and I even named a dog after him. So.
Oh.
My Orko has long since passed, but Orko was a Chihuahua who had the pointy ears like Orko has, so that's why I named the dog Orko.
Oh, my Lanta. Well, what a fitting tribute. Any other final thoughts? Anything else, Masters of the Universe, before I hang up on you permanently?
No, just people get out and see the movie so it can make some money, so that they will make a sequel. I need a sequel with Orko, and we need more Fisto fighting battles, and
yes, Fisto, yes.
And they kind of leave it open to possibly Skeletor is going to come back somehow, because his skull is still intact. So we'll see where they go with it.
Okay. Well, Thank you for your time, Mr. Jeremy Dickson. I'm gonna let you go in a hot second. I can't see anything out of this costume, so I can't hang up on you yet. But just know that your time with us is done now.
All right. Well, thank you for having me on.
Anytime, Mr. Jeremy Dickson. Until we meet again, He-Man! All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, let me, I'm going to take this off real quick, so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Oh, he's horrifying. Put the mask back on. I know, sorry. So, that was our special guest for part 1 here. We're going to toss a break real quick, and then when we come back, I'll cover a little bit more about the He-Man franchise. I'll actually talk about the box office figures as well. We haven't done that in a little bit. Show you a little weekend recap. Then I have a little announcement at the end of the show as well. So, let me toss you kids to break real quick, and stick around because part 2 is about to happen. See you in a minute, my friends.